Yes, hi everybody, thank you. I'm really glad to be here. I'm sorry I'm not speaking Italian, it's a pity, but sorry. I have many pictures, so you don't need to hear me a lot. And I usually like to start my presentation with a small teaser because it's nicer than showing the lots of text, and it shows how everything is working so easily. So this is a nice city, Naples, and I just downloaded the GTFS from internet. You see, I'm in my product PTV lines, and I just want to show you how things can easily work. I sign in the laptop. It's not my laptop. I just sign in. It's working everywhere if you want. So let me see. Oh, it's not touch screen, unfortunately. So I'm trying to find the place that our hotel is. I guess it's somewhere here. I think it should be here, right? Okay. So, yeah, is it here? Okay. Okay, just let's start and see how it's working. I put the accessibility point here, and I didn't know that we will have strike today. I assumed that everybody is coming with the public transport today. So assume that you could come with the public transport. Today is Thursday, and you want to arrive at this point, and maybe you don't need 90 minutes. Let's put it to for 60 minutes. And okay, let's see the result of the accessibility here. So what you can see here, it's can we make it maybe smaller? Control minus. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Okay. So you can see the accessibility result here, and you can see how far you can come from anywhere to that point within 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and 60 minutes. So I could also put an indicator. I put the population under the isochrone and the accessibility analysis, and you can get also the population who can reach the point with the public transport in this time. And now I was looking at the result, and I wanted to see if I could optimize my public transport service somehow. And you see in the north of this area, there is no result. I zoomed in a little bit to see why is it, because I have a bus here, this one, and I was looking also at the connection somehow, because I wanted to see if I have enough connection at this time. So apparently there are some lines which are coming at this time, let's say around 8 they should come. So there is connection, there is no problem. So I went deeper to the services I had and showed the schedule in this. And I was seeing that somehow you don't have enough. I think you should look at it this way. I don't have enough service in this time. So the frequency is not that much that people can reach the point in the city center. So to improve the service here, it was enough. I was trying that, sorry, the visualization. Okay, here. So I was trying to change the headway here from 45 minutes to 20 minutes. And I wanted to see the result, how it's getting improved if I increase the frequency. And you see that we have accessibility. Okay, it's 60 minutes. It's not perfect, up to 60 minutes. But I just within 2 minutes to 5 minutes, I guess, I improved the service. That's how it's the future public transport service optimization should work. Okay, let's go to the slides. Okay. So I want to present you our new product, PTV Lines. I want to show the scope and use cases, target group, and the differences between vZoom and PTV Lines very shortly, and going ahead to the roadmap and tell you what is going on next. So if you consider the public transport planning, it's a vast area. You have many aspects for the planning. What we are focusing with PTV lines is a specific use case, which is level of service and the planning and the services, which is network and timetabling. A little bit vehicle will be also included because you want to see the effect of the planning by the number of vehicles and the production KPIs you want. What we are not focusing is the operational part. For that case, we have other solutions. The target group of PTV lines, you could say that it's a platform which is useful for all people who are involved in this picture. They could be the traffic modelers, they can be the politicians, maybe you are the decision makers, you want to see the result at the planning in a very simple manner, not the screenshot, not the text, but you can also try it yourself and see the changes, see the effect of the things that you think. It can be also the operator, if the politician, that would be the service designers who are making this services, who are planning it, they can communicate their result with all these people together. And the service designer can be everywhere, depending on the country. It can be in the city authority. It can be in the consultant. You are all from all these branches. You might know that there's happening sometimes in the different places. I have also a simple example to show you how important network design is. You would underestimate it, but it's happening in many use cases. Sometimes you have, in the long term, you have network redesign because people are changing their behavior. They are living in suburbs, they are living their places, new suburbs are happening, and you need to change your network every now and then. Every 5 years, you need a master plan for that. And sometimes also for the midterm changes, like the construction, like the events, you need to change the lines in an easy manner, not the GIS tools and the service in an Excel file or on paper or Google Map. You need all of them in one box. You want to also see the effect of your service changes. You need a budget. We know that we are limited nowadays, especially to the budget, and we should keep it in mind. But also you get feedback from the customers. People are complaining that they should wait long time for the public transport, and the network is not efficient. Regarding a timetable, it's important to see the headways in the peak time or in the normal time, and then define the required vehicles, especially in the peak time. It's important. And it's not a big picture if you don't have the passenger, if you don't have demand. So you need to adjust both these. You have specific number of vehicles and you have your passengers, and you should make a balance. And this is what we are working on PTV lines for it. At the end, you will have the result of your passengers and the vehicles and the cost that you have. I have some use cases. I just go briefly to them. Network and geometry is very, very important. You might underestimate it, how much money can you lose in the bad network design. I just show you an example. Okay, let's see if it's work. Okay, I think it's working. Okay, so consider that you have is just not a real network, and 3 lines. They are kind of parallel to each other, going with different frequencies on 3 streets parallel to each other. Frequency of 60 minutes, 90 minutes, and 90 minutes headway. Okay? It's the usual case. But what happened if I start to reduce the redundancy in the network by deleting the lines in the north and in the south and focused in the line in the middle and increase the frequency there? I increase the frequency on the left side. It's not really visible in the small box. You see that the costs are increasing for one line, of course, because you increase the frequency. But at the end, you have lower total cost. It's very important. At the end, you save money, you save vehicles. Also in the schedule, it's very important to have a big picture and nice analysis on the schedule that you have. You can find the gaps. You can see how you can fill in the gaps if it's not on purpose. Sometimes it's on purpose by changing and seeing the effect of it. And then have also a glance at the cost that it's causing you, because you cannot increase the service as much as you want. Also, another aspect is to have different seasonal schedule. Sometimes in the summer, you have another schedule. You want to plan the schedule, and you want to see the KPI, the production, and the cost. Sometimes you want to merge this schedule, like saying that Saturday, Sunday in August, or the whole week in August will have another schedule, and you can create different variants of it very easily. That's what we are offering. Another aspect is the social equity, seeing where are people living. This is a simple GIS tool, but it's combining your public network, public transport with the GIS data and getting the result from it. You can see the gaps where the people are living and where is the network missing. Also, this is a nice example. You can just see how easily it could work. If the video is getting on, okay, yeah, okay. So I'm just creating a line and creating some stops, and you see in the catchment area radius on the left side how many people, how many passengers eventually you can cover with this line, and what happened if I change my route to the south street, and you see the effect simultaneously. Also, you don't need to have a line for designing. It can be just a spot on the map, having the social economic data behind it. You can see what happened if I change the position of my stop somewhere. You can have different, let's say, social economic data. You can upload it in the tool, and you can see the number of kindergarten, schools, education, but also the population behind it, and decide for the best choice. The accessibility, this is what I showed you before, and the connection analysis is also, let's say you want to see that you're covering the connection. If you change somewhere, if you have enough connections, and if the time for the transfer is enough. So in this case, and that area, you can see if you have enough time to transfer from one line to the other line. Another aspect that I mentioned is the demand, and the first step would be the origin destination, where the people coming and going to, and this is again very simple solution. You have the people, you have your zones, your stops, and you can just, let me see if and if you import it to the tool, you can visualize it based on the time that you have defined. You can see the OD pairs on the map, and you have also your public transport network behind it, and you can see if it's sufficient or not. You have also the services at the same time. So just a small glance at the differences between VZoom and PTV lines, because we know all that if you're aware of VZoom, you have all of them in VZoom. What we have done is that we just took a specific use case from VZoom to the PTV lines. VZoom is a multimodal software, but on the right side and for lines, we have only transit model, and focus on the transit. You have, just imagine that for VZoom, you have a very good camera. It can do everything, yeah? But what is the difference is that with the cell phone, you have always in your pocket. You can also take great picture. Maybe they are not that great like your Canon or Nikon camera, but it's always in your pocket and it's easy to use. You don't need to understand every functionality. It's just helping you to get the result very fast. And you have the simple GIS analysis. You don't need to go from Excel to GIS tools. And the most important thing for us is to keep the integrity between all the tools. So you have the functionality in vZoom, we have functionality, the same result in lines, and you can transfer the data between them. Okay. Another aspect is the simplicity of the model between vZoom and lines. On one side, you have in vZoom link and nodes. On the other side, you have the integrated routable map. On the right side, you have vZoom with the hierarchical model. But for the lines, we simplified it. It helped us to get the faster result. Also for the stop is the same story. And comparing scenario you have in the BOSS tool, but in PTV lines, it's kind of easier to see on the fly the changes. We have in the BOSS part, PTV vZoom and PTV lines, we have demand, but in PTV lines, we focus on the public transport demand. About the roadmap, I go very fast through it. You saw that we could have the OD pairs. We can see the OD visualization on the map. The next step would be to define the time series for calculating the assignment result. And what you get at the end, this is this cost-benefit analysis. You have the demand and you have the service kilometer, service KPIs, and you can compare them with each other. Another aspect is the reporting part. So we are working on creating nicer map with the nice icons, with a nice legend that you can, if you don't want to show the tool to the decision makers or stakeholders, you can create nice reports if you need longer reports. And we will have different styles. We will have satellite. We will have different maps, which is helping you to see the area. Also, sometimes you don't want to show all your result to everyone, so there will be some view-only mode that the decision makers or stakeholders cannot change your scenario, and they can only see that. So we are at the OD pairs. We have released it. Next step would be the cost-benefit dashboard, which is giving the passenger kilometer and passenger time for your model. And the next step is the customized map I showed you before. We will also show the lines in the nicer manner, in the parallel to each other, and the collaboration will be improved. Also, the other results from the assignment, which is like onboarding, aligning analysis, will be also put in the cost-benefit dashboard. At next year, we will work on the commenting because collaboration is important, so you can comment on the map, the result, and also the vehicle scheduling will be also embedded in the software, so you will have the full package for the service design. And of course, we put a buffer for the wishes that are coming from the customers. We always think about that. Thank you very much.